All right. Good day, traders. Hope you guys are good. And welcome to this week's segment of our weekly market breakdowns. So, without wasting any time, let's get straight into it. I want to start by looking at the dollar index, right? As you can see, I've already highlighted my previous weekly high, previous weekly low, and this was recorded on Monday. So, the market, as you can see, is now printing an induction, taking liquidity from the previous weekly low, right? So, I think the market will try to tap into some of the orders that are left in this fair value gap over here. And the lowest that price can go is up to this point over here, right? And that's where we can potentially see a midweek reversal and the market could close bullish. So that's what I'm expecting. If the market continues to go lower, this is the area of liquidity right here where I'm expecting the market to take liquidity, right? And so if we go to the daily, the market opened with a mini gap right here. As you can see right here, this is the weekly fair value gap. On that weekly or below that weekly fair value gap, we have this daily demand zone right here, which is fresh, hasn't been tested. And so the market also has incentive to take out this liquidity over here, which is the swing high. So I think the market will drop, right, until this point. And so in this instance, the safe option here is to place a limit order here and then take profit at our area of liquidity. But yeah, that's what I see on the dollar index. Let's move on to another pair. Right. So now we have moved on to USDJPY. And as you can see right here, this is the high of the previous week, the week before last week, right? And as you can see, the market took that liquidity, went high, but closed net bullish, right? So this is our new weekly or previous weekly high. And I also have to mark my previous weekly low, right? Now, there's a fair value gap, two of them. The first one being this one over here. The second one I see is this one over here. So the market might take liquidity from this low, fill in some of the orders here before moving up, right? Also, keep in mind that on the monthly chart, we are still in this supply zone, right? So until the market breaks this high over here, we have no business buying, right? We're in a seller's zone. But like I said last week, I think the market will eventually break this. And so we have to see a break below this level over here. Remember what I said last week, right? Now that we've highlighted the previous weekly high and we have identified our areas of liquidity, this is what I wanted to show you. When we move to the daily, you can see this is the model of a candlestick that I was expecting. So I was expecting a bearish candlestick on the weekly. We got it, but not entirely, right? That does not matter. What matters is that now we have a change of sentiment of some sort. So what I'm expecting this week is for the market to drop, take out this liquidity right here, and go into this nested daily zone. It's nested within a weekly zone, right? So I'm expecting a bearish week, and I'm placing my buy limit here and take profit here. And so that's what I'm expecting, right? The market can also hit the zone over here and reverse from it, right? But for me, it's not a high probability zone. Why? because it's not located within a higher time frame zone. And also there's a higher time frame fair value gap below this level over here. So the market has incentive to try and also bid lower, if I'm making sense. But yeah, this is what I have to say. This is what I see on USDJPY. Let's move on to another pair. All right, moving right along, we are now on EURJPY. As you can see, we are on a monthly supply. We're in an uptrend, and the market is slowly trying to break this supply zone. And so why is it trying to break it? Because there are orders above that supply zone, right? And so this is not a discounted zone because price can go at a higher rate. You understand? And so if you're trying to figure out where price is most likely going to go, one thing I'm going to talk about the most is incentive. Basically, where are unfilled orders in the market? And so most of the time, you're going to see a fair value gap, a strong one, and you're going to see a fresh zone, right? And your guide to knowing where price is most likely going to go is also the trend. So like here, price is going in an upward direction, right? There are no fair value gaps. The only fair value gap I see is this one, but there are more fair value gaps towards the upside. And so the market is creating higher highs and higher lows. It has incentive to fill in those orders, right? Following the trend, and then hit the supply zone and reverse. That's how you figure out where price is most likely going to go. By first looking for unfilled orders, and then after you're looking for unfilled orders, then you're looking at your trend and where you are in the trend. Now you're on the weekly, right? And the market recently broke this area of liquidity right here. We have a fair value gap right here. And so the market has incentive to tap into the zone before moving up. Previous weekly high, previous weekly low. These are our areas of liquidity. And then previous weekly high. And so what I think will happen, I think the market might try to fill in some of the orders here, right? Before moving up. Or because we have this nested supply zone, the market might take out this weekly. No, man, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. This is our previous weekly low. This is the previous weekly high. Sorry about that. The market already took out the previous weekly high. And so it could tap into the zone right here, right? So meaning going into the zone was part of its induction phase. So we might get an induction going into the zone, get a midweek reversal, and then start reversing, maybe in this range, right? I don't necessarily think that price will actually go all the way towards like the downside, right? But at least it will be enough to tap into some of the orders in this fair value gap. So that's what I think will happen. So does that mean I want you to sell? I don't know. Do with that information whatever you want. But I'm strongly I advocate strongly against trading against the trend, right? And so even if you see a particular setup, I mean, here you can get a nice selling opportunity, but for me, I'm chasing high probability trades. And so if we look on the weekly, on the daily, if we're looking on the daily, there's a zone here. And so this is where I'm trying to buy. Right? This zone is fresh. This zone has been confirmed because it has broken previous structure. What I expect to see right now is a sluggish movement. Like I said, the market has incentive to at least push higher. And then I'm expecting a sluggish movement towards this level. And then we're going to buy. That's what I expect on EURJPY. Could be wrong. If I'm wrong in this instance, then I suggest we wait for a breakout beyond the monthly zone. So if we can't trade from this opportunity right here, let's at least wait for a breakout from that monthly supply zone. But yeah, these are my sentiments on EURJPY. Let's move on to one final pair. All right, final pair for the week is EURUSD. As you can see, we have a position right here running. First take profit was hit, and now we have a, what do you call this? A breakup, because the market formed this low right here, printed a false movement, and then broke above structure, right? So it might seem as though the market is changing sentiment, but like, because we're in a longer term downtrend, I think this is just part of the correction. So right now, if we look at our areas of liquidity, we have this previous weekly high, which the market has already started to take orders. We have this first zone over here, right? And also there is another fair value gap above that zone. So the market has incentive to at least take the liquidity from this high. You know what I mean? To at least fill in this or to tap into this fresh supply zone. If we look at the weekly, we have two potential zones. This one over here, which has been confirmed, and the other one here. So going back to that other zone, all right, the market might as well reverse from it. There is another level that's resting above it. So if we had to wait for another opportunity to add positions, I'd say wait for a breakout below the low, right? But I still think that the market has incentive to push higher, right, before dropping. And this right here will be your first take profit, and then you know where your second profit is. So yeah, this is all I have. Not a lot of opportunity for this week. It's just a lot of waiting that we have to do, a lot of limit orders that we have to place. Haven't been trading in a very long minute because I don't see opportunities that much. But yeah, this is all I have for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next video. Peace.